Oh, I'm FPX and welcome back to Store Sunday. This is the Sometimes Weekly series I run on my channel where I show you Minecraft store content that is perhaps worth checking out in some way. And a lot of the times I'm showing you store content as a recommendation, as a way of saying, look, this was great stuff, I had a lot of fun with it, maybe you will too, here's your kind of demo of the map. However, every now and then, if you look through my list of content, you can see some really great things in here, but every now and then I feel like I got not only not my money's worth, not only is the map not quite my thing, but the map is a straight up rip-off on every single definition of the word. And let me explain why Extreme Skyblock by Mineplex is literally the worst thing I've ever done with my Minecoins, because this costs 990 of the Minecraft currency, which is just under $4.99 or $7 for this map. And you might be like, wow, $7, that's quite a lot for a map. And I thought the same, but I was like, you know what, it's Extreme Skyblock. It's Skyblock, which everyone loves, with a lot of extreme elements added. It looks like they might be doing some crazy stuff that they just can't show in images, because from this image, it looks like there's just a non-stop sea of stuff with fun content and chat. You know, it even says here, like, oh, there's a guidebook with the challenges and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, we have to give this a try. And let me show you what happened when I did give it a try. So you load up Extreme Skyblock and you're like, oh yeah, we're ready to do this. And at first, you know, it looks like, oh yeah, so it's Skyblock with a fun little twist at the start. That's kind of fun, right? You get your tree like normal, but then you start with the lava already placed. Your islands are slightly different. Oh, I'm meant to be creative right now. Your islands are slightly different shape to what you used to. Let's try that again. Your islands are slightly different shape to what you used to, but like, okay, that's fun. That's part of what makes this extreme. Part of why, you know, they felt like, again, Mineplex in this case, felt like they could charge $7 for it. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. Look, there's a second chest or the, you know, secondary part of it's over here. You have to actually get over there, which teaches you some skills in the bare beginning. I love that. I was like, okay, this is fun. And then you can see there's other stuff in the distance already, and you're starting to see that, like, okay, so this is value, right? They put a lot of thought and effort into every single part of this, and immediately after you start building over one of these things, you start to realize that, wait a minute, as you go closer to this stuff, more things don't appear in the distance. Like, it looks like from the spawn island, you can see maybe like 8 different things, but it seems clear that, like, oh yeah, just out of my rendered distance, over by those clouds, there must be more things that that are just out of reach. But no, that's not the case at all. It is literally a skyblock with an island over here and then an island below you. Let's be fair and count that as a separate thing, even though it's just a cobblestone cube. Then we've got an island over here. We'll count it as separate, just to be generous. We'll count the Nether portal as separate even. So that's 5 islands once you count the end portal. Then there's 6 if we're counting this thing over here. 7 counting the mine shaft. 8, 9 counting those 2 things, and then 11, 12 counting a big blob of ore in the air as an island. There are 12 islands, and you know, like literally 10 of those islands are very generous to call them islands in the slightest, but that is what you get for your value. You get someone who's gone around and has been like, okay, let's place a lapis lazuli block here, and then one over here, and then one up there, and guess what? We're going to do the exact same placements over here. What if we had a redstone block over here, and then over here, and then over here, and you literally, this map has no more depth beyond that. The only things that you can also do, obviously, to make it a bit better, is you can go to the Nether and you can go to the end. So as you can see, there's always a skeleton that spawns here, but you can obviously, one of the challenges of the map is to get enough obsidian to go to the Nether. Except, obviously, the problem with having a challenge like this is when you have a map this size, it's just a matter of time until you dig enough cobblestone to get to all of those different places. There's no great challenge of like, oh yeah, one day you can go all the way up to there, because the end portal, you know, the end of the map, the end of Minecraft as we know it, is just, it's over here. It's literally just this way. And yeah, that was to me quite a little tragic thing. The fact that all of this map leads you towards something which is only just in front of your spawn, and to stuff that can be done with only, you know, like a few stacks of you know, cobblestone or whatever. And that's why when I streamed this game, I was like, okay, there's got to be something more to it. And yeah, the Nether, again, you can see there's a few more things to it, except it's a very, very tiny Nether that you can, you know, kind of climb up the walls off to get to the top. And yeah, again, admittedly, you might want to be here. You might want to find yourself all the things that you need, like blaze powder. But literally, this is the map. Everything you've seen right now is the entirety of what makes this map Skyblock. Is it an extreme Skyblock map? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say this barely falls under regular Skyblock. Like, of course, you know, it's Skyblock with a nice little twist, but we've seen that before. We've seen hundreds of free maps which do not only, you know, Skyblock, but better and for free, but they do, you know, better than even this, with way more challenges in much more interesting places, with much more interesting loot. Literally, if we go to any of these chests, it's like, oh, there's a new type of tree we can now place. That means our tree farm gets a bit bigger. In this case, it's a Tomb from Dying. That's actually quite good. This one actually has a saddle as well as a loot thing. But the truth is that pretty much all of this map, when you dive into it, is just a, it's a thing that can be done in an hour, and then you're finished with the map. There might be some expansion possibilities for it, except there's not, because the entire map is nothingness. I had to fly around for a little bit, just to, like, really soak this in. So I was like, no, there's got to be something in the distance. Eventually, no, there's nothing in the distance eventually. This entire map is this big, and it really, really, really upset me. The thing is, there's no way to know that you got, like a tiny map. There's no way to know that you got something that someone could have built. I could have built this map in literally an afternoon. Anyone could have done the same. The only thing that makes it not buildable by a person is the fact that it comes with a resource pack, which slightly changes spawn rates for some things. So if you look at global resources, behavior pack, you can see extreme skyblock. It's a 0.13 megabyte pack that changes some spawn drops, so that skeletons drop clay balls, for instance. And that's, okay, that's different to what you could build yourself. But everything else besides that, and let's be honest, that thing is somewhat inconsequential, because you could just add clay to the map. Every single thing about this is buildable very quickly by anyone. Like, does it take a long time to build this? No, it takes you literally, 20 seconds. How long does it take you to build this island? Oh, this one takes 4 hours of chiseling with a team of 16 people and a design expert. Oh, what about this one over here? Well, this one, we took it directly from Minecraft itself, just copy-pasted it up there. But I mean, you can tell the design decisions and the decor, etc. No, every single one of these, islands, of which there are only 12, I'd like to remind you, is so simply put together, and I really felt like at the end of this, like, oh, someone put together a map in an afternoon, somehow managed to get it through Mineplex and got them to sell it in the store, and now they've got my $7. It's gone, it's done, and there's no way I could have known about this. And the reason behind that is because of the fact that the game only gives you a few screenshots and a panorama. There's no refund period, because I spent an hour and I was like, oh my god, why have I, now I can't buy something else, those things, and that's a shame. There's no refund period, there's no demo version, there's nothing like that. It's just, oh, you think this is Extreme Skyblock? It's literally called Extreme Skyblock. What is it? Oh, pretty regular skyblock, actually. Less than regular skyblock, I would even argue. The fact that this is allowed to be called Extreme Skyblock and allowed to sell for $9.90 when it's patently something that devalues the quality of the store is beyond me. And in case you're curious as why I mean it devalues the content of the store, I'm now super skeptical of anything that charges $9.90. If I see content on the store that is trying to charge that amount, I'm like, I would have figured before, like, okay, well, if they're charging $9.90, they clearly have, like some great content in there, at least a decent, massive content to justify the price. But in this case, it's like, oh no, what they've done is they've just decided to charge that amount because, I mean, maybe you'll think it's better if so. And it's like, no, that shouldn't be possible because of the fact that there's no, again, refund, because of the fact there's no demo system. I'm now super jaded about buying anything in the future because I spent $7 or £5 on this map. And in case you're curious, okay, that's £5, like, that's a small amount. What can £5 buy you in the modern economy? And one, I mean, like, that's kind of a dick thing to say, like, oh yeah, £5 isn't much, despite that literally being what an hour's of wage will get you. And I guess an hour wage will be wasted on of this. But £5 could have bought me a flight to Denmark. I've flown to Denmark for $4.99 before. It would have been a better investment than this map. Could have got 5 items at Poundland. Probably would have been a better investment than this map. Could get like 20 packs of ramen noodles, and you know what? That would have fed me longer than this map kept me entertained. And you could even buy a copy of Minecraft Pocket Edition, the very game for which this DLC is sold, and which do you think has more value? This map, thrown together clearly in, half an hour plus some time for the pack, or do you think Minecraft as a whole, the game which contains everything, including this map and including the ability to make this map, which do you think has more value? And to answer that question simply, I would say this this map clearly, because who plays Minecraft anymore? I'm all about Extreme Skyblock. But no, yeah, long story short, this is something I want you to avoid at all costs, and even it's not just me that thinks that, because if we go back to the store for a second, you can see how it's at a 3-star review. There are some people who have rated 5 stars. I don't know, if they didn't play the map first, or if they're Mineplex employees. I don't know what the deal is. But it's one of these maps where you look at it and there's 1-star ratings, but they don't tell you enough detail. I wish I had read a 1-star review that'd been like, it's literally, it's an hour worth of content. It's 12 islands. It's like, I finished it in an hour and, oh, Minecraft crashed. I wish there was some way for me to know that, someone else thought this wasn't very good. Because, again, the screenshots imply it's part of something much bigger. Look how much you can see in this one screenshot. Look how much you can see in this one. They look like different things. You can see if you do a lot of close analysis that that's the same sand tower and that the redstone you see here is in the background over there. But it's not clear to everyone. You shouldn't have to analyze, what is this actually a lot of content or is this not very much? Because every angle is cleverly, taken in that way. And to me, I really am not a like, if there is Minecraft store vetting, which there is, we know there are a lot of requirements, so many good packs have to wait so long. How does something like this make its way to the store? How does someone go, that's a good idea, and you want to charge, $7 for that? That's a bit high, isn't it? And they're like, no. And they're like, oh, okay, if you say it's not high. Clearly, there must be some form of favoritism towards the servers making stuff, because so much of what the servers made, with some few exceptions, again, I've liked a few maps from different things, but especially Mineplex, a lot of the stuff that's come out from them, it's crazy expensive, and also, in my opinion, like this right here, by the way, is Elemental Pack. It's literally a skin pack that costs what's that, like, $5.50, and it's 10 skins. How are they allowed to release this stuff while people making the best content on the store are not allowed to? Again, nothing huge against Mineplex the server, but as a content releasing company, this is it's Survival Games Place, for instance. Again, I actually was lucky on this one. This is a survival games map for you that you can play by yourself. A single one, not like a lot of survival game maps. A map pack, like one I played recently. It's a single map. How is this stuff allowed to get past vetting? Why are okay? So like, if Minecraft content people are allowed to make their own stuff and they're allowed to charge their own prices, you should ensure there is some quality bar to charge that price. Or someone's going to pay $8.30 for a skin pack, thinking, oh, these are going to be, because I mean, skin packs you can see everything before you buy it. But this literally no one's even reviewed this, by the way. That's how few people have a great interest in that. I just think that there should be some better control, because if you want people to keep downloading things, as is the point of the Minecraft store, they have to feel like they're getting value. If they feel like they got screwed, and I've never felt so screwed by a purchase in a game, a microtransaction, a DLC purchase, whatever you do decide to call it. I've never felt so screwed as in that stream when I was like, what? That's the end? And yeah, there needs to be a better system. I don't know what the system could be. Again, the free I would recommend is have a system where you can leave comments, but obviously, okay, maybe some kid leaves a comments about something awful and you don't want that in your reviews, or have a demo system where you have 20 minutes to refund the map or something like that. Again, you'd have to delete people's worlds. I know that'd be messy. So, or, have some form of trailer system, something to show off the world, so you don't buy something and then regret it immediately afterwards, but have no recourse for that, because I don't want Mineplex to have my money. I want my $7 back, please. But I can't have it because I've got the map. Anyway, with that said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you, again, Store Sunday usually focuses on positive, really great stuff, like the super cute textures. Again, there's so many fun things to recommend. You can see by the ratings that there's great content all over the store. I love Papercraft. I loved I loved a lot of these maps that you see around here. Don't Stop Running, really great example of a fun map that I still play from time to time. Chroma Hills HD, beautiful texture pack. All of these things are great, except there's a few that aren't, and they ruin it for the rest. They're allowed to sell and make money on the promises that other maps are actually delivering, and that's a shame in my opinion. Anyway, that said, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed it or learned something from it. Hopefully, when we next do a Store Sunday in a couple of weeks' time, it'll be a more positive review of an actual map that I actually care about in the slightest. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.